Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. This is Boomy here, and I'm here with my dad, Bitcoin Zeke, and we are discussing something for the crypto space that I really want you all to get an understanding on. About 6 months ago, I partnered with a marketing company called IX Global, and they have this strategic partnership with a company called the Debt Box, and so the Debt Box has merged the commodities market with the digital space and have come up with just a phenomenal ecosystem that's really helping the average person to do some things before that was just for people who were accredited investors. And one of the things, Daddy, that people often ask when they get into the ecosystem who aren't really familiar with what's going on is like, well, what's the ROI? How much am I making per day? And one of the things I try to help them see is, well, this isn't an ROI situation like some programs out there to say, if you give us this, we're going to give you this certain amount back. This isn't that. What this is, though, I'm understanding this concept because you introduced me to a similar concept that we just were using as a family for ourselves. What year was that you had me to
Well, we
get those?
we started in 2020, actually.
Was it in 2020?
Yeah.
Okay. So in 2020, my father had me to do something. We're going to tell you what it is in a minute. He subscribed to Tika's newsletter. What's that newsletter? Palm Beach newsletter, right? Mm-hmm. And this very credible guy named Tika, you know his Tika's last name? In case they want to follow him, I don't remember his name. So anyway, so my father always studied and listened to what Tika said. And so I want you to I'm gonna have my father to give the concept, and then I'm gonna relate it to what we're doing here in IX Global. So talk about what Tika said as far as the altcoins and what you should do and accumulate your portfolio and all that.
Yes, but I started to follow Tika probably when I was in Panama, probably 2017 or 18. Mm-hmm. And at that time, I was very new, and I was just holding on to every thread that I could get from him and other people that was very astute in the crypto space. As I followed him, his strategy really started to make sense to me because it was a strategy that we were in a new space. It was very, very young. And one of the things that had made him a multimillionaire over time was the accumulation, the accumulation of assets. And I said to Boomy, wow, when we're in an asset that's very new, we need to start accumulating this while new, while it's cheap, basically, and just build a portfolio of multiple kinds of these assets. And we started that basically in probably right during the pandemic, in probably June, and we got a little better with that. And then the following year, we took our whole family down to Florida, and we had a family seminar, if you will.
A family crypto retreat.
Absolutely, from kids from like 3 years old all the way up to 33, you know, okay, yeah. But the important thing that I probably want to get across that when you're into this kind of a market, you want to take advantage of it because market simply goes in cycles. And boom, I just I just don't understand why people don't get the cycle part of it because that's easy. Yeah. I mean, that's easy if you just have a little longer term perspective. When I say long term, I'm not talking 50 years. I'm talking like long term, maybe 2 to 3 to 4 years. That cycle repeats itself, and over that period of time, you literally can become wealthy if you develop the strategy to accumulate within that cycle.
And that's what you just said. You said Tika became a multi-millionaire by accumulating coins over time. Yes. So many people want to get rich quick. That doesn't work. That doesn't last, right? You got to have like a longer term perspective. And when we say long term, it's not even really, we're not talking decades, right?
No, we're talking length
years,
of a cycle,
right?
4
years, 48 months
is a good time,
And you set me down right there in that chair, and he said, "These are the 12 altcoins, because we already had Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? These are the 12 top altcoins that I want you to start buying. Just start with, I think you said like a $300 in each of them, and then add to them over time, dollar cost average with them, because you don't know which ones are going to pop off, which one is going to be the greatest, and when. But if you just have a portfolio of 12 and you're adding something consistently, when they go up, I mean, you would have your bag. And so you introduced that to me in 2020. Here we are in 2022, now 2023. And this concept that you shared there is the same thing that's happening in IS Global. And it's like, I can see this so clearly. And I don't know what other people can't see. It's just accumulation. I teach accumulation rules the nation. We are accumulating good quality cryptos, not like some people may say, okay, and so next month, if I want to get it out, oh my God, wrong mindset. Is it liquid? You can, but that's not what we're talking about. This isn't for a next month type of thing. It isn't how much did I make in a week or how much did I make in a day. Sure, every day you're accumulating more crypto through the crypto mining process, but this isn't about what is it going to be next month. Talk a little bit about that, please.
Well, yeah, I want to talk about that, and I want to refer to Mr. Buffett.
Okay.
I mean, he's one of the richest men in the world, and he got rich over time. I mean, his thing was, find an asset, that has value, not going to go away, and you start to invest in that over time, and you keep adding to that and adding to that. And of course, he became the all-time best investor, probably, if not in the United States, maybe even globally. But the point I want to make here is that, guys, we can duplicate that. See, duplication is the key. You see somebody else that has a strategy that's working and makes sense, you can duplicate that. But you gotta have a goal, and then you execute, that goal. Plan is number one to me, because part of plan, what do? Like you said, Boom. People say, well, okay, I'm in, next month I want to get out, Well, this is not quite the place for that, because time and consistency. I keep going back to that, Boom, because that is the winning key for anybody. Over time, you can accumulate. And in reference to developing that portfolio, I mean, here in IS Global, you can duplicate the same thing. You can develop a portfolio of different coins over time that will pay you handsomely. And guys, at this time in the cycle, in the market, is one of the best times to start developing your portfolio, because the market is down, the market is low. We're basically still in what we call a bear market, but that cycle is going to end. And the word on the street basically that the bear market has basically ended, but we just don't know it yet. So now is the time before it goes parabolic and go back to an all-time high and exceed that, because that's going to happen over time. If you just look back at cycles, you can see what's going to happen. You don't know exactly when, but you know it's going to happen. So those of you that has a 30-day horizon, I want to encourage you to expand that to, how about 30 months? I mean, that's not a long time either. I mean, these days going so fast nowadays. But bottom line is, guys, look at this with a long-term perspective. And like Boomer said, the long term, is, 3-4 years, the length of a cycle or two. And you can accumulate. I hear people, and these are professionals, they're saying, at this point in time, while the market is down, this is the time that you get rich. You get rich. You get rich at this time. It doesn't manifest until a year or two later, when the market goes up and up and up, and you were X amount a year ago, and now you're X amount. And now it's the time to the same amount of assets, same amount of coin, but now the value has increased,
Yes.
5x, 10x,
That's what
20x.
people have to understand.
And this is what we do. This is a really good strategy. You want to get rich, that's one strategy.
Yes. Can you please tell people, I want to talk about Bitcoin for a second, because there are people like, oh, I bought Bitcoin and yeah, I lost. Well, this person lost so much in Bitcoin. Can you explain just what you say about any person who has held on to Bitcoin in 4 years has never lost money, right?
I'm really, really comfortable with Bitcoin because it was introduced to me in 2017, and I didn't know anything about it. I did a deep dive. As I said, I went down the rabbit hole. Everything I could find, I read about it. I mean, I literally 8 hours a day for literally months, because I was in Panama and retired on the beach, didn't have nothing to do but what I wanted to do, and that's what I wanted to do. I found out Bitcoin is a technology. And I said, wow, I missed a lot of technologies in the past, like, from Google to Facebook to Amazon, you name it. And they all was very volatile. They was very low in price, but I missed them. And I said to myself, I'm not going to miss this technology.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to understand Bitcoin. It's software. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's software, but it has some properties that a lot of people like. For example, you can't make any more than 21 million. So it's a fixed amount.
21 million coins. No more than 21 million can be created.
21 million coins that can ever be created. And it maintains a store of value over time. And the other thing about Bitcoin is that, for example, during this crisis that we had where the market went down because of Sam Freeman, guess what happened?
What?
Bitcoin didn't skip a beat.
Mm-hmm.
It has never been hacked. It maintained the blockchain. Nothing went awry with the Bitcoin. So it's a good, stable asset to have in your portfolio.
So, but did you talk about the 4-year thing when you said, when people say it come down? So within a 4-year time?
Yeah. I often hear people say, well, I lost money, in Bitcoins or other coins. And basically, the first question I asked them, well, what was your plan? How was it that you lost money? And they said, well, I bought it, and then I heard that it was going down, and then I sold it. I bought it, my question, why did you buy it? Because I wanted to make money. I said, you lost money only because you sold it.
Mm-hmm.
You did not lose money until you sold it. Because if you had bought it and had you held on to it over a period of time, you would not have lost money. Since the inception of Bitcoin, nobody has ever lost money that held it 4 years or more.
And that is why I appreciate you so much for saying, Boomy, we have to be hodlers. People who get into trading, they always, there's some people proficient, but most traders end up on the losing side. Anybody who's a hodler, that stands for HODL, hold on for dear life. When you hodl, when you know the value of your asset and you understand market cycles, and you hold it on, yeah, sure, Bitcoin dropped back down to 13, 15, whatever. But for me, it's like, if you're not going to take it out anyway, if you understand, you just wait for the next market cycle, you ride it out. Now, not everybody has the stomach for that. But
let me add to that.
Okay.
That's an easy thing to do. You don't need a great stomach for that, because the cycle is going to take it back up.
But most people don't even know that, nor do they believe it. They get just so scared of what's happening in the moment.
That goes back to they don't have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a plan, your plan is 4 years. Why would you sell it when it's down? Every time it goes down, I buy more.
Mm-hmm.
I do dollar cost averaging. It takes a dip like it did over the last year. You simply add more to your bag. You add more to your portfolio. Guys, we like to shop. We like to go to these stores and we look for sales.
Yeah.
When the market is down, we call it a bear market. I mean, these assets are on sale. Some of them get really cheap, but you understand the value is still there. The value didn't change. It was just the price that changed. So you got to understand value. I've always been a value investor all my life. I look for value because value will maintain the test of time. Over time, the value will come up, and you will see the appreciation in a value asset.
Yeah. This has been such a great conversation. We're over 15 minutes now, so I'm gonna get ready to end. There's so much more we can say, so we're gonna have to come back and do some more videos. I just want people to get it. I just want them to understand, guys, like, get rid of this get rich quick mentality. That is not what this strategic partnership is between IX, who is the marketing company, and the Debt Box, which is the product provider of the crypto backed by commodities. The Debt Box is who has the nodes. The nodes are the software that when we purchase this software technology that verifies transactions on the blockchain, we get rewarded every day in the form of these quality tokens. These tokens have utility, they have value, they have use case. They're backed by real world commodities. And right now we're doing with them what we just shared with you, accumulating a big bag, accumulating a lot of tokens through the crypto mining process. We don't have to buy the tokens because we mine them. We're being rewarded them every single day because we purchase the node. So whether we're working, sleeping on a beach with family, whatever, we just look in our account, which we're not the type of people who even check every day. We don't have to do that. We know the mining is going to do what it does. We're not trying to cash out anytime soon. So we're just letting it accumulate. Right, Daddy?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Accumulation.
Yes. Accumulation. And then down the road, appreciation, cash out money back into your bank account if that's what you want. So hopefully this video has helped you. We've got something real, something of substance, something of tangibility, not speculation or hype. Give me a call. This is Boomy Moore, first female global influencer in the United States with IX Global. My number is 980-888-2000 for those of you who are in the international markets, +1 980-888-2000. And if there's somebody else who shared this video with you, get back with them because they're introducing you to something great. Thank you. See you later.
Bye-bye.